Sempre, o início é sempre mais complicado, pá. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I was inspired by floating hot chicks on Instagram photos and I've been trying myself to do some of them. But I wonder that I can do it, one of them, all on the smartphone. And that's what we are gonna try today. And for that you need a pretty girl. So I have here my model.
Hi, I am Susanna.
And usually when you find a pretty girl, you have a really nice accessory, usually called the jealous boyfriend, but it's my...
Hey guys! Welcome back again.
But today it's my buddy Ruben. Say hi everyone!
Hi!
As Ruben is the accessory guy, so he's bringing up everything that we need today. So,
Like usual.
he has a small chair or something to hold Susanna on the air, a tripod, and all the accessories that we need. Oh, this is a selfie stick that actually came with a mini tripod, and special attention on this selfie stick. It has a ball head that is really handy to have, and let's mount this. Our tripod for the day. Okay, come on people, nothing beats a real tripod.
Tem.
Ah, puta, é pá, para você vai ficar quase sempre de joelhos, mano.
Já tá bom.
Vou ter que aceitar o meu destino agora aqui.
Choose your destiny.
I'm gonna use Lightroom app to take this picture so you can follow along everything that I am doing. As you can see, I am in the Pro mode over here, not automatic, but professional mode. As you can see, when I touch the smartphone, it shakes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the headphones as a shutter release. Like so it won't shake too much the camera itself, like so. And everything has to be manual. So let's go to focus and let's try to focus there. Now white balance, we're gonna put cloudy. It's not that important because we are taking raw pictures, but it's a good starting point. The ISO, I'm gonna pump it up a little bit more, like 800. 800, it's way too much for a smartphone, but this smartphone, it's actually not that bad. So shutter speed, I'm gonna try to have a little bit a 30th of a second. So it's a really slow shutter speed, but if there is movement, you actually can see it better. Maybe I'm gonna pump up a little bit more the ISO. I want so the dark place have a little bit of detail. So it will be a little bit of a noisy picture. There we go. So we're gonna start to take one picture with nothing on the picture. So you guys have to move everything out. This is the template picture. So I'm gonna take one picture like so. You can move in. Agora tem que ser esta perna que vai para trás. Estás vendo a minha posição? Afinal.
Ok, começou.
Bonsoir. Est-ce que vous pouvez juste venir ici à côté de la fille là? Et vous la tenez juste la fille, comme ça.
D'accord.
D'accord? So we have last minute helpers there. So mais. Okay. Okay. Tu Ruben, got panic. Tip. Okay. Voilà, ok, merci beaucoup. Merci. Well everyone, now that we are ready to take our photos, now what we have to do is mix them together. But before we do that, we have to color correct them. So yeah, let's do this. Well then, the first thing that we have to do is create an album. As you can see, I have already created here the album with the photos in advance. So to do that is really simple. You go to all photos, you select the photos that you want to add, and let's press on the three buttons up there and add to the smartphone floating photo. Add. Here we have it. Let's go to the smartphone floating photo. Here we are. And in advance, I already did some color grading, as you can see here. Okay, just to take a look a little bit what we have here. Let's go to the light. As you can see, I did recover a little bit of the highlights, so we have some details. Also, I added a little bit of vignetting, give this a little bit of an old school look. I added also some grain. So as you can see, if I double tap, it has some noise. I actually like to add some noise. So like this, the imperfections add some realistic feel to the picture. Of course, here we add some noise reduction because I was bumping up the ISO. So I want to add some noise, but not ISO noise, because the ISO noise adds some awkward colors on the image. The grain, it's more accurate using the grain amount. It's actually pretty damn good because it's monochromatic, almost like a film look. Now you want to add this look from the photo of the talent to the template photo. So to do that, I actually used a really cool, awesome thing in Lightroom that it's called presets. So you can create your own preset of this photo. Create preset tutorial. So let's make this happen. Here we have the Floatone tutorial user preset. You have a lot of presets over here that you can play around, but let's focus on this tutorial and let's go to the template photo, for example this one. And now I can go to presets again and apply this look like so. So let's close this. Let's go back and actually let's go directly to Photoshop Mix. You actually can do this, all of this on Snapseed, but honestly I prefer to use this on Photoshop Mix. So let's add a new one. As you can see, I've already been playing around with the picture. Let's add from Lightroom. Let's go to Floating Photo, import first of all the template. Here we have it, open. Nice. Let's add the second layer here from Lightroom. And let's add the layer where is the talents. Here we go, open. Nice. The first thing that I want to do is make sure that the two photos are perfectly aligned. So a nice technique to make sure that everything is perfect aligned, let's go to blend and let's go to difference. So this layer option of difference is showing the difference of the two layers. If they are perfectly aligned, should show black on the image. If it isn't, it gives you the inverted color of the two pixels combined. So as you can see, the trees isn't 100% aligned. So for that, let's approve this. I'm gonna press in the middle of the screen again to unselect the layer, and like so I can zoom with the two fingers. I'm zooming very much. As you can see, the zoom 1500%, just to be sure what the hell I am doing here. Let's select this layer and let's move it a little bit and try to get the most things aligned as possible. It should get this is the best that we can do. Let's press in the middle to unselect the layer, double tap to zoom out. It isn't 100% perfect, but I think it's good enough. Okay, come on people, nothing beats a real tripod. So let's go back to blend and the layer style should be back to normal. Okay, let's approve this. Now what we have to do is make a mask. So I'm gonna press on the scissor, so cut out and let's zoom in on the nice lady over here that helped us. Subtract and let's try to paint this. So I want to have my brush a little bit bigger. Okay, like so. And as you can see, I am in basic selection, not smart selection, because it's a bit of annoying smart selection. So I'm gonna use basic selection. In the brush size, I want to have it a little bit bigger. And let's paint out the nice lady over here. Also, I'm gonna paint out her shadow. And as you can see, I'm gonna remove a little bit from the shoe. Now, this is quite nice, but it's a bit harsh. So I want to add some feather, not way too much, a little bit like so. Here we have it, a little bit of feather. If you want to see the other layers, you have to press on the top there. As you can see, quite nice, but we can see a little bit of transition here. So I'm gonna try to smooth that out, also here. And I'm gonna try to pump up a little bit more of the feather, like so. Again, try to remove a little bit more like so. So the image looks a little bit smoother. Now what we have to recover is the boot and the jacket of Susanna here. So let's approve this. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate this layer by pressing it, duplicate, and let's cut out again. And now what we want to do is try to recover her jacket with a feather a little bit down like so. Let's zoom in on the jacket here and let's add back here. As you can see, I'm not in subtract, I am adding, and let's be a little bit smoother. So let's reduce again the feather because it's way too much. Here we have it. The jacket, it's kind of a good enough, it's way too harsh. Let's add a little bit of smooth there. Okay, let's approve this. And you can see the jacket, it's recovered. And now I want to recover the boot there. So if we check the original photo here in Lightroom, and I'm actually gonna zoom in, her foot, it's not quite visible here. So I want to try to correct this, but if I do a normal mask, we're gonna see that her foot is flat, so I don't want that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this foot here. So let's see if this fixes our problem. Let's go back here, and actually I'm gonna add again the layer from Lightroom. Well, I could actually duplicate the other layer, and let's add this photo again. Here we have it, cut out, invert this image, let's zoom in first of all, and paint this foot here. Let's subtract like so. And let's feather this a little bit, way too much, like so. Let's approve this. I'm gonna unselect this layer, zoom quite a lot, select our foot layer and try to put it here. Let's move like so. Now it looks way better. It looks like she's actually floating. So what I'm gonna do is try to reduce its size, maybe, no, a little bit, like so. Think that it's good enough. So it looks like she's actually floating. Her foot isn't flat. Tap in the middle to unselect the layers and double tap to zoom out. Nice! How awesome is this? Well then, now what I want to do, it's really simple. I want to export this photo. So let's press here on share and send this, save to gallery. Okay, now it's saved on our gallery of the memory of the smartphone. I'm gonna go back and I want to make another project. Now I'm gonna import the image that we just worked on. I am duplicating this project because Photoshop Mix is limited to 5 layers, so I need to add more layers. That's why I'm doing this. Now, to add some realism to this image, what I'm gonna do is play a little bit with the light. I'm gonna duplicate this image, duplicate, a layer selected, let's click on adjust and let's go to saturation and push everything to black and white. And now let's go back to exposure and let's push this way darker like so. Approve this. Now what I want to do is add some shadows. So let's go to blend mode over here, a layer style called soft light. So soft light layer style is a really curious thing to work with, because if the image it's gray, if the information from the image it's gray, it won't change anything. But if it's black, it will add shadow. If it's bright, it will add some light. So as this layer was a little bit underexposed, it will add some shadow. So let's approve this, and I want to make a shadow. So like so. Let's zoom in with the 2 fingers, you can move. Okay, And let's add some shadows down here on the Ruben's foot. And I want to see all the layers like so, and the feather. I want to pump up a little bit the feather. Do it again with... Okay, let's approve this. As you can see, the shadows are way too harsh. What I'm gonna do actually, is go back to blend, and in here we have the opacity. Let's put it a little bit like so to look a little bit more natural. Okay, let's approve this. And here we go, we added some shadows. How cool and nice is that? So now I am looking around for some cool flares on the internet. So I'm gonna download this one. As the download is done, let's go back to Photoshop Mix. So let's import what we downloaded, and as you can see here it is the flare. I want to zoom this a little bit bigger like so, and I want to put this over here. Let's go to blend again, and let's just pass through the light like so. Screen maybe? Yeah, screen, it's way better. Let's approve this. Zoom this like so, push it here. Let's add the other flare that I just downloaded, and this one. And this one, it's actually a PNG. Photoshop Mix recognizes the alpha channel, the transparent channel. So let's go back to blend, and let's put it at lightning, or maybe screen. Screen, it's better. Let's approve this. I don't like its color, so let's go back to adjust, and let's go back to exposure. Let's bump it up a little bit, and its temperature, I want it to be a little bit more warmer like so. Let's approve this. And as so, by adding this light here, we can see that we find another problem, is that the talent's shadows doesn't match the light up there. So let's click here. So this kind of editing, it's try and error, so you just have to be a bit patient. And as this light is casting of a warm color, we need to add some warmness to this layer. So let's duplicate this layer, okay, and let's go to adjust and temperature, and let's warm up a little bit like so. A little bit more of exposure also like so. Let's approve. Now let's cut out again. What we are actually gonna do is work around with the light. So the light is coming from an angle like so. Really careful. Just paint. No, I want the brush size to be really small on this thing. And let's subtract to see if yeah, it's a good size brush now. The idea is add some realism to this image like so. Now pump up a little bit the shadow like so. As you can see, there is a nice cast color like so. Let's approve this. As you can see how this is going, I need also to blend this layer again. So let's add this like a screen, and let's pump this a little bit down like so to add a more natural look to this. Okay, let's accept this. We still have some work to do. Again, re-export this on the gallery, and let's add again from the device. You can do this repeatedly until you are happy with your image. For now, what I want to do is just crop what I don't need. So now what I want to do is adjust again, and I want to add a little bit of warmth to this image like so. Prove this. Now that we make our crop, actually what I want to do now is darken a little bit everything except the talent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add from Lightroom. I actually took a picture with a really fast shutter speed, so the image, it's almost completely black. Here we have it. No, I don't want to resize this. I would just want this to be big as so. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press in blend and let's go to soft light. Okay, let's approve this. And actually what I'm gonna do, it's cut out what I want to be on the light. So like that, I'm gonna just press like. Okay, well everyone, I guess you get the idea. So I will keep working a little bit more this image until I am happy with the results. A really cool thing that you can do is press on the top here. You can send this to your Photoshop through the cloud. That it's really cool. Well everyone, I'm gonna stop here because I think you guys have already a good idea how this works. Now, if you want to check out the final image of this tutorial, I invite you to watch it on my Instagram or on my website. And there we go! So drop a like if you learned something, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I am Miguel, until next time, see ya!